line for our final show of 2021. And to guide us through this final fuck you to what has been an interesting year is your host, Tim Wick.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Vilification Tennis's Fuck 2021 show. And in a final fuck you to 2021, we didn't even get to do a live show. We were so excited to be doing a show in the Bryant Lake Bowl in front of people. And then we decided, maybe we don't all want to get COVID. And since everybody's getting COVID, we thought, let's not contribute to the problem. So this is really a big old fuck you to everybody out there who's unvaccinated. If you're watching our show right now and you didn't get vaccinated this year and you're angry at me because I just did fuck you because you didn't get vaccinated, think about how angry we all are at you that we've got to do this fucking show online because of you. But you know what? We're still here and we're still doing a show. We're doing it for you tonight. We want you to enjoy the show. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring my co-host Chris onto the screen right now. Chris, where are you? Hey, Chris, how are you?
I don't have COVID, so I'm doing real good.
That's great. As far as I know, everybody performing tonight does not have COVID. So we'll try and keep it that way. That's why we're doing the show this way tonight. That's why we're doing it this way. We're not doing it at the Bryant Lake Bowl. We think that we need to just kind of stay safe. And that's why we're stuck here at home again, just like we were for Fuck 2020. But it's better because we at least are vaccinated, right? Right. So here's the deal. We're going to do this show. You didn't have to pay for a ticket, but we would love it if you would think about tipping us for this show. All you got to do is go to paypal.me/Vilification Tennis and tip us in any amount that you think is fair. And remember, whatever you tip us gets split amongst the entire cast. So if all you can afford is a quarter, that's great. We really do appreciate it. And I'm sorry you don't have the opportunity to throw that quarter at me right now. But instead of throwing it at me, you can throw it into paypal.me/Vilification Tennis. And that's the way it's going to be. So with that, I think what we need to do, because we are stuck here online and it's pretty boring, you and I just talking to each other, Chris, I think we ought to just play some Vilification Tennis. Don't you think so?
I think that sounds like a great way to start the show.
Okay. We are going to move on to the first round of Vilification Tennis. First round tonight is going to feature Nathan and Molly. There they are versus Eric Thompson and Merritt. All right. So we've got two teams up against one another. Merritt had finally had a chance to do some onstage performing, and now they're stuck back on screen again. So congratulations, Merritt. Welcome to the cast.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do the score is going to be hate. But what's going to happen? I'm going to score by holding this red flag in front of my screen like that. So everybody has a nice visual indicator that a point was scored. I will also say point, but because of the lag that there can be at sometimes audio versus visual, this is going to help everybody know a point was actually scored. We're going to give the serve to Nathan and Molly, and the score stands at hate. Service.
Merritt heard that horse paste cures COVID, and boy, did they jerk off a lot of horses after that.
Molly, you're so frigid. The last time you opened your legs, Texas's power grid failed.
Merritt is such a loser. They couldn't win a participation trophy.
Nate, your dad is so fat that instead of a double chin, he has a trifold with 6 picture slots.
Whoa.
If Squid Game was based on the games Eric played in his childhood, they would all have been sticking forks into electrical outlets.
Every few months, fast food chains have to change their slogan because Molly's mother eats them.
Point. If only I'm glad I know why that happens now. Thank you, Eric. All right, service.
Eric wanted to know what it was like to be a woman, so he stopped listening to himself.
Nate's not allowed to volunteer with the Boy Scouts anymore, not since he seriously misunderstood teaching the Cubs how to pitch a tent.
Ooh.
Merritt's sex life is just like Marvel's The Eternals. Huge cast, very little emotional attachment, very disappointing end.
Mhm.
Molly is like the Spoon Bridge. She lost her cherry this fall.
What does sex with Eric and the Minnesota police have in common? They both say, oops, I killed one.
You know, I don't have to ask Nate if the carpets match the drapes. I've seen him clean out his vacuum hose. Just bits at a time.
Oh God.
Merritt's ass is like a bath mat, flat and damp.
Yeah, I deserve that. No, that's
I don't want to. I don't want to know. I don't know where that. Anyway, service.
There are only 6 ICU beds left in all of Minnesota. Eric, please don't let your fat mom get sick and take them all up.
Nate's so stupid, the only thing he's ever mulled over is wine.
Merritt ordered 2 fingers of whiskey, and boy, were they disappointed when it was served in a glass.
Molly's so stupid, she thinks a couplet is the term for a pair of midgets.
You know what the difference is between Merritt and Whitney Houston? I wish Merritt took more baths.
Whoa. Point. Wow. I mean, that was like a what, 8-year-old joke? Yeah. Go look it up, people. Look it up on the internet. Find out why that's funny. Just we'll wait. No, we're not going to wait. You can do it. You can multitask. You're watching us on your computer. You can go and do a search on your computer. Service.
Merritt's legs have been pushed back more often than Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh.
Nate, you have more X's than a John Madden playbook.
You know what Eric and Activision Blizzard have in common? They both have a Cosby room.
Nate is so homophobic that he worries about eating hungry man meals.
Listen.
I mean, it's a real concern, I would think. Okay. Service.
Okay, guys, listen. Eric is not a sex offender. He's just so stupid he got his dick pierced at Claire's.
It was one time, Molly.
Well, I mean, how many more times would you do it?
Those little girls, man, they're never going to be the same.
Service.
BTS has broken a lot of records this year, but no matter how hard they try, they're never going to be bigger than Eric's fat mom.
Nathan is so flaccid, the only erection he can get is insurrection.
Ooh.
You know, I told Merritt that the new fountain at my office saved 10,000 water bottles a year. And they asked me, where does it keep them?
You know, that's really funny coming from you, Molly, because when you crack the seal on your badge, it makes a sound.
Eric's penis is like thunderstorms in December. Fucking weird.
Nate recently got engaged. His engagement is like my backdrop. It's a facade.
Eric was really disappointed to find out that the show Sweet Tooth was about a kid with antlers and not a horny boy.
Nate is so basic. He thought baking was a term for the best partner, the king of bays.
If Merritt's dating life is any indication of their driving habits, they also don't stop for kids.
Oh, God.
Nate's mother will never argue with you because she is always the bigger person.
That's absolutely true. Service.
Sex with Eric is like watching Steel Magnolias with my mother. Too much crying.
Sex with Molly is like hockey. A lot of people take shots at that 5-hole.
Merritt's genitals have more bugs than Battlefield 2042.
Ooh.
Nate's dick is so small, he's jealous of mine.
Oh,
I challenged Eric to pistols at dawn, and he shot Nate's fiance.
the point. I mean, Jesus, man. What the fuck?
America.
Service.
A lot of people say that porn objectifies women. Eric thinks porn humanizes objects.
Molly's vagina is like mittens. There's a picture of Bernie Sanders with his hands in there.
Eric is like Eric is like the candy man. If you say his name 5 times, he comes.
Molly is like my guitar. The G string is loose.
Your fat mom is like the Mall of America. She has 8 caribous in her at any given time.
So you know the difference between Nate's OnlyFans and the Snyder Cut? Apparently people asked for the Snyder Cut.
Eric, your mom is so fat, when it rains, she wears beef Wellingtons.
Molly, your mom is so fat, she uses nerd ropes for her bondage sessions.
Eric is such a loser, his emotional support dog went and fetched him a noose.
You know that feeling when you're really hungry, but you just don't know what to eat? Molly's mom knows that first part.
Merritt is so frigid. There are kids' drawings just stuck up all around their pussy.
Molly, you're such a slut that the carnies are staging an intervention.
Whoa. Whoa.
We need to talk about this.
Point. Wow.
But I love the carnies.
And they love you,
No.
Molly.
Oh, they don't.
Too much. All right. Service.
Eric, your mom is like cat litter. I always find her spread out on my floor.
Molly is like a desert, surprisingly frigid at night.
Merritt is so stupid. They think a thorax is what they get after butt sex.
Molly, you're so stupid. You thought you had to bring your own dog to the hot dog eating contest.
She did great.
Merit is a sex symbol. And by that, I mean they are a question mark followed by no.
Nate's sex life is like the Mayan calendar. It ended in 2012.
Eric refuses to buy his cat catnip because his cat already has 6.
No. It's really easy to kink shame Nate when you realize he's been polishing his boots a lot lately, but not with spit.
Merritt, your face is a lot like the fact that no cops died during the Capitol riots. Unfortunate.
Point. And that is game to Molly and Nate.
Hey!
Yay, Molly and Nate. That is round 1 of vilification. We are going to have more rounds of vilification tonight, but we also have a bunch of other stuff. Oh, hey, Chris, what do you got for me?
Hey, I'd like to pass on a couple of things from the chat.
Oh, great.
So lots
Chat.
of
we have like a chat online where people can chat things and then you can come on and tell us about them.
we do. So those of you who are watching, please make sure that you are participating in the chat because we're going to be calling for some audience suggestions for games here very shortly. But for now, I want to pass on that everybody's very complimentary of Molly's fashion.
She's wearing masks. Everybody
Yes.
should mask.
Yes. Proper mask wear.
Yeah.
And also a very good response to the Hungry Man meals joke.
And
that's what I've got so far.
All right. Well, thank you. Keep the feedback coming, Chris. We really appreciate it. We are going to move on to some games that we've played in the year past. Some of them we played in person. Some of them we played online. You know, that's really how this year has gone. It started online and we got to go back to in person, and now we're back online again. That's kind of what my outfit's all about today, because on the top, I am wearing a suit, and on the bottom, I'm wearing pajamas because I didn't have to put on suit pants, and I'm actually pretty happy about it. I'm not going to show you my pajamas. That's between me and my butt. We're going to move on to a segment that we haven't done that yet this year. This is our traditional in memoriam segment, where we like to eulogize some folks that passed away in the last 12 months. So we have a lovely PowerPoint presentation that we're going to show you. This is going to be Nick, Stephanie, and Eric Knight are going to eulogize these people who deserve to be remembered, maybe. We are going to start with Prince Philip.
Winston Churchill really fucked the Nazis, something he had in common with all 4 of Prince Philip's sisters.
Prince Philip died at the ripe old age of 99 years. Whatever life force he had at the time of death should sustain Queen Elizabeth for at least a little while longer.
Prince Philip passed away this year after being an actual zombie since 2017.
Prince Philip was a racist, which meant he felt he fit in really well with the British royals.
That is true. All right, we're going to move on to our next dearly departed, DMX. DMX.
A lot of people don't know this, but DMX is short for Darkman X, which sounds like an edgy skateboard riding mutant created by Marvel in the 90s.
Right before he passed, it was said that DMX had some last words, and they were, "Y'all gonna make me lose my life up in here, up in here."
So DMX died from a heart attack, likely caused by a drug overdose. Shocking that someone with that history of drug use would suffer ill effects.
Hey, did you guys know that DMX could see the future? His debut album was titled "It's Dark and Hell is Hot."
All right, well done. We're going to move on to somebody, a lot of folks, I'm sure, really this impacted their life a lot. Larry Flint. Larry Flint passed away this year.
Well, Larry Flint gave millions of men erections over the years. Fortunately for him, it was through his magazine.
The FBI had a 322-page file on Larry Flint, but they swear they just read it for the articles.
Stephanie.
Upon hearing of the death of Larry Flint, Joseph Paul Franklin's ghost said, "Ugh, finally."
Larry Flint was a strong supporter of gay marriage, but only as long as both chicks were hot.
Oh man, okay. One that I imagine many of our audience may not realize who this is, but they were very important. Eric Carle died this year.
His last word. Oh, go ahead.
Rest in peace to Eric Carle, who taught us important lessons such as eat until you feel pretty and don't ever take breaks at work.
His last words were brown bear, how do I taste?
It's pretty easy to have a book translated into more than 60 languages when the entire thing only has about 16 words.
This guy is famous for collage, so essentially he owes his entire career to safety scissors and a glue stick.
heard that the very grouchy ladybug was like, thank fuck I'm not that grouchy. God.
Rest in peace, Eric Carle, the writer of The Very Hungry Caterpillar and other beloved children's books. Anne Rice, she wrote children's books as well, didn't she? She was a writer, I guess.
You know, some people make fun of Anne Rice for her writing, but she trashed Stephanie Meyer's Twilight novels, so she wasn't all bad.
Anne Rice's husband was named Stan Rice, which sounds like someone who's very enthusiastic about Asian cuisine.
Anne and Stan Rice, how the hell did that happen?
It's true.
Anne Rice is the mother of the modern vampire novel, and I hear that her last dying wish was to haunt Stephanie Meyer forever.
Don't blame her there.
Anne Rice, Queen of the Damned, boring books about vampires.
Hey, Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald passed away this year.
You know, Norm Macdonald died this past September, or so the Germans would have us believe.
After all these years, can you believe there are people who actually found Norm Macdonald funny?
Comedian Norm Macdonald passed this year, and with him, his poopy pants, poor, canceled, sex predator comedians rhetoric.
You know, Norm Macdonald was known for his dry humor, which is actually what his corpse is full of right now. Norm Macdonald died this past September after fighting leukemia for 9 years. The reason for the sudden change in his condition? You guessed it, Frank Stallone.
God damn it.
Finally, for tonight, I will point out, if you come back tomorrow night, there are other people who died this year, and we'll be talking about some of them tomorrow. But tonight, our final eulogy is for Stephen Sondheim.
Cause of death? Assassins.
All I can really say is, seems a downright shame.
There's a place for him under the dirt for him.
Stephen Sondheim wrote lyrics almost exclusively while drunk and laying down. I tried that 10 years ago and woke up the next day in Vilification Tennis.
Rest in peace to the man who once wrote a letter telling Patti LuPone to shut the fuck up when he overheard her talking shit about the Sweeney Todd film.
You know, Sondheim wrote a song in Follies called Could I Leave You? Yes, he did.
Oh.
That's sad.
You know, I don't think Sondheim knew the suffering his death would bring all of us, from having to watch thousands of theater kids sing off-key and off-beater renditions of all his songs to gain likes in the name of a memoriam.
That was rough. All right, well, that's in memoriam for some fine folks who died this year, and also other people who died this year. Thank you very much to Nick, Eric, and Stephanie for that. We're going to move on to something where everybody's going to play. This is a game from our Geek Show, which we did back in July. That show is called The Snyder Cut, and this game is called Snyder Cuts. Now, the way it's going to work is I'm going to have a vilifier read off a very long version of an insult they've delivered before, and the other performers are going to have to try and figure out what the original insult was. So we're going to give you the Snyder Cut, which is way more pointlessly long than the original insult, and they have to figure out how to shorten it into something that might have been better, or at least wasn't worse. So Eric Thompson, we will start with you. What is your Snyder Cut insult?
All right. Nick's mother is quite the thespian. Yes, that is with a T and an H. As she honed her craft, she found that her immense personality was only matched by her immense size, a size/personality that made it so that she had quite the unique challenge in the theater world. She found herself in a proscenium theater, and yet that show failed. She attempted to perform in a thrust, and despite her experience with thrusting, this style of theater also did not work for her. After years of working and practicing, she found that the only type of theater that could work for her was in the round.
Okay, Molly, do you know what that original insult was?
Yeah, your mom's so fat she can only perform in the round.
But see, I mean, but the audience asked for the longer version of that insult, Molly. That it's what the internet wanted. It's what
Twitter
the internet
demands
wanted.
it. Twitter
Okay.
demands it.
Stephanie, do you have a Snyder Cut version of an insult?
Why, yes, I do. Having sexual congress with you is like the children's toy that experienced its second release in the mid-1990s, released by Tiger Electronics, wherein children rotate a ball-like item connected to their foot and hop over it, which is also another way of saying, do not do that.
All right, so I want to see if Eric Knight, it looks like you may have an idea.
Sex with you is like a skip it toy.
Okay. Maybe not quite. It looked like Nate. What do you think?
Sex is you with you is like a Tiger Electronics toy. Skip it.
That's close enough. Yep.
That's close enough. Okay. Good. Molly, we're gonna go with one with your Snyder Cut joke.
Moonrise, a city bustling with activity, houses with lit windows, the distant sound of traffic. Stephanie's house has a detached garage with a few bins outside, but all is quiet in the alley. Instead, in her bedroom, a flurry of furry black and gray activity as masked bandits search for their favorite feast, stinky trash. They can smell it, but where is the can? Their hands pull the blanket back from her sleeping form. Tiny paws rustle up her nightgown. Jackpot.
Okay. I think they know what that insult was.
They didn't knock it over.
Thompson,
You're
what
so
do you think
nasty
that
at night,
was?
raccoons knock over your vagina.
Yes. Yeah, I think we all got that one. All right. Eric Knight, do you have a Snyder Cut of your insult?
I do. I heard footsteps in the hall outside my office. I checked the time, 1:17 p.m., the usual for a Thursday afternoon. The door opened and she stepped in wearing a long sable coat. She looked at me, said, "I need your help," closing the door behind her, and I replied, "Sure thing, dollface." As I poured myself a shot of cheap rot gut and downed it, she strolled over and stood by the two-toned leather sofa. I had oiled it that morning, like all Thursday mornings, so I knew it was soft as butter. She opened the sable and let it fall to the floor, leaving her in nothing but an ivory-colored silk negligee and her favorite blood-red satin high heels. I gave her the once-over, then said, "And?" She pulled one spaghetti strap off her left shoulder, the other off her right, and that silk casually slid down, first revealing her ample breasts and then everything else God gave her except those lovely, still satin-covered toes. To most, I'm just a detective, but with her, the phrase private dick wasn't just a euphemism. I took a few steps closer, catching the faint aroma of her lilac perfume across the 3 feet that still remained between us. I looked into her eyes and said, "You know what I want. Do it." She brought her hands together, but as her right fingertips touched that metal band, the door burst open. I casually turned toward Nate and said, "You've arrived just in time for my favorite part, when your wife slips off that wedding ring."
That really was like the Snyder Cut. It definitely was. So Nick, what do you think that joke was?
My favorite part about sleeping with your wife is watching her take off her wedding ring.
Yes, I think that's right.
I
Mhm.
don't think there was a joke there. I think that was just how Eric does foreplay.
Porque no los dos?
All right, Nate. Nate, how about your Snyder cut?
A couple of years ago, Nick went into the hospital. And during that time, he had to have flexible tubes inserted into his bladder due to urinary retention. Because of that, his urethra expanded to the comical size of a Sam Hain celebration.
Nick?
Nick has had a catheter so many times that now he has a Halloween.
Oh,
Yep.
Good job. Oh man.
Which
Wow.
is like a semi-biographical insult.
all right, Nick, I need your Snyder cut.
All right. Imagine a boy, young, missing. His parents are frantically searching, engaging the police and putting up flyers. They search and search and search. Years pass. They don't give up. Legislation gets passed to help prevent other kids from going missing, but the parents keep searching. Eventually, they lose hope. Eventually, the child is forgotten by the world. And eventually, after years and years, a body is found. Yet Nate's dick remains unfound, lost, and forgotten forever.
I
Okay.
shouldn't be laughing at that song.
Eric T had his hand raised about 2 seconds into this joke. Eric Thompson, what is the joke that Nick just delivered?
Nate's dick is harder to find than Jacob Wetterling.
Yes, Merritt. It's time for your Snyder cut.
The issue is not that Molly is a slut. There's nothing wrong with being a slut, of course, even if some would perhaps say that she's taking it a bit far. No, the issue is not that Molly is a slut, but rather that her aspirations are so wildly disparate to her means. While she dreams of being so prolific as to garner fine jewelry, chains of bright gold and brilliant gems, gifts of appreciation from her range of patrons, the closest she'll ever get is a string of shining, sticky pearls to grace her quite accomplished throat, courtesy of her uncle.
Molly.
I think it's Molly's such a slut. The only jewelry she has is a pearl necklace given to her by her uncle.
It's you're a cheap slut.
I'm sorry. Molly's such a cheap slut.
I established it's not that you're a slut. That's not
It's
the
true.
issue.
It's true. The problem isn't that I'm a slut. It's that I am a cheap slut.
That you're cheap
Also,
slut.
my uncle.
Becky,
That's
time for your
that's on-
Snyder cut.
That's in character for him.
Anger coursing through his body as he returned to the place of his grandfather's downfall. Desperately, he searched amongst the debris for any connection to the rage he felt inside. His white, hot, masculine fury erupted with glee when his eyes fell upon the last remnants of his ancestors. He raised his prize up high and proclaimed, "Now the fun can begin."
What's that insult?
I don't know, but
I'd watch that movie. I'm just
gonna
saying.
go with Monk.
I would watch that
You
movie.
did watch that movie.
Oh shit! Did Becky stump us?
She's
Hear it
so
one more
excited
time?
by this. She's like, yes.
I know, right? Look at her.
You're
All right,
be
I'm gonna
so
call
mad
time,
when I
Becky.
say
Yeah, I don't know.
Becky, what's the insult?
How is Nick like Kylo Ren? They both like to dig up skulls and do stuff with them.
Oh.
Oh, damn it!
That's why I was so turned on.
Becky, you
That's-
win. Hell yeah.
That's awesome. I feel like this is going all right. I think we could maybe do a little bit of another round if anybody's got some additional ones. All right, Stephanie, you've got another one. Oh, Chris, wait, before we go on, what did you have to share with us?
Just one thing, folks on the chat were very, very appreciative of Eric Knight's joke because they could take a bathroom break.
That's great. Thanks, Eric. How nice of you.
Mhm.
Okay, Stephanie, let's have another Snyder cut from you.
Right. Italy, Rome, Tuscany, the Vatican, the sights of these historic cities, the experiences of different cultures, music, food. And Becky is taking it all in. But she is in over her head, the poor, poor dear. She is unsure of what she is looking at on her trip to the Piazza del Duomo. She tilted her head one way and then the other. Ah, she thinks she's done it. She is confident that she has righted Diotislavi's great architectural achievement, the grand off-kilter campanile.
Okay. Molly, do you think you know this one?
Go give it to Becky.
No, I'll give it to Becky. She hasn't done one yet. All right, Becky.
You're so stupid. You think you fix the leaning power of pizza by tilting your head?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, I'm so stupid. I mean, to say.
That's good.
It's
Right.
you,
Yeah.
Becky.
A
You
generic
are
somebody. Yeah. All right.
Someone.
Okay. Nick has a second one. What's yours, Nick?
Becky thinks a little makeup can go a long way. She'll get a mani-pedi, splurge on a spa, and buy the good foundation that comes in the tiny jars. It's worth it for the allure, the seduction. One fake eyelash in just the right place can give you the wink that'll drive him wild.
Molly knows it, but that's unfair. Eric T.
I think it's Becky is such a slut. She put fake eyelashes on her butthole.
Is that close?
It's close,
But
there's a little
Eric
bit
Knight.
more.
I think it's something like your grandmother's so old she can take out her glass eye and give you a wink job.
No.
No. Okay.
Thompson was
Okay,
very
fine.
close.
I'll
There's a
let
little bit
Molly
more.
have. Molly, what is it?
Okay, I think it is. You're such a slut. You put a fake eyelash over your butthole so it could wink more seductively.
That's it.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Like
Hey,
I'm
who
just
else has
imagining
that?
like Clint.
Who else has the second one?
Chooses the magnetic kind.
Nate does. Nate, let's hear your second one.
Eric Thompson was super proud of himself. He found the perfect gift for his wife. A knitted piece of clothing with long sleeves, decorated garishly in the Yuletide colors and imagery. But her heart truly yearned for an expresser of loud, piercing emotion or a low sound of sexual pleasure, which Eric could not deliver.
Eric Thompson, you have an answer? What do you think it is?
Apparently, for Christmas, I gave my wife a sweater when she wanted a screamer or a moaner.
Ah,
Nice.
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 Great.
Molly. We'll go with, it looks like Molly has one. This is gonna be our last Snyder cut, it looks like. What do you got, Molly?
The doctor looks at me questioningly. You've gained some weight since I last saw you. Strange, I say, since I've been keeping to a strictly healthy meal plan. Then I remember, I performed cunnilingus on your mom.
Who thinks they know that one? I'll go with Eric Thompson again.
Your mom is so fat, I went down on her and I gained 5 pounds.
Yeah, I'll bet that. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Okay. So that was Snyder Cuts. That was from our online show in July. We are going to move on to something from our online show in February. It was our Real Housewives show. This is a game called Social Faux Pas. And this is for Becky, Eric Thompson, and Molly. Now, we've been asking the audience to give us some information because what we're going to have to do is Eric and Becky are going to be talking to Molly about a social faux pas she committed, but she doesn't know what it was. And she's going to have to figure out what the social faux pas was, what society event she committed that faux pas at, and what celebrity was hosting that event. Molly, I need you to mute your headpieces. There you go. So that we can find out what those 3 things are going to be. We've been soliciting feedback from the audience. And here's Chris to give me the information. Chris, what is our social faux pas?
Our social faux pas is hugging someone when they offered a handshake.
Hugging someone when they offered a handshake. We are also going to put that on the little crawl on your screen, I believe, so that you folks at home will see what this is, but Molly won't know because she can't see it. What social event did this happen at?
The Met Gala.
The Met Gala. Oh dear, that's the worst place to hug instead of shake hands. And finally, who is the celebrity hosting the Met Gala?
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. Oh my God. All right. We're going to say, Molly, bring on back. Put on Molly. Hello, you put on the headphones. Molly's back.
Hello.
And now Eric and Becky will try to get Molly to admit what she did.
Honestly, Molly, I don't know what you were thinking. That was so horribly inappropriate.
I cannot believe you.
I'm so sorry, but I got pretty drunk, so I kind of blacked out. I don't know if I remember.
Molly, I'm gonna need you to go from 9 to 5. Okay?
Yeah.
You're up here.
Okay. Yeah.
I need you here.
Okay.
And I would just like to say that when somebody sets a social standard, you need to respect that. It is really important. Okay. I need you to know that it is really important that you respect that social standard.
Like, how could you miss that?
I mean, I guess when I'm at work, sometimes I'm too distracted thinking about not work.
But if you were at work, I mean, the same social standard applies there. You need to give people their space.
But I really like being up close and personal because I like to smell people.
We all like to smell people, Molly, but we need to make sure that everyone is consenting on how that happens.
Okay.
When somebody comes in with one hand, you don't respond with two.
I'll try to remember that I keep it to one hand only.
I mean, if we were in Japan, they wouldn't even do this. They just bow.
So what I'm hearing is maybe were my hands damp or should I keep them drier? I
mean, I think if they were damp, the back of her dress would have shown that.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. That's a good point. So when things are just that juicy and peach-like, I guess I can't resist myself.
I didn't know your hands were that low. I didn't need to know.
I guess honestly, when you are going full hog into that, you need to ask people first. They need to be allowed to say no. They need to be allowed to say no to that social interaction because not everybody enjoys that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so just make sure I'm understanding. Work, consent, social, stay back. One hand, not two. Low is bad, but also good. Let me just ask you guys, because I have autism, so sometimes I don't really know what's right. Was there a formal complaint, or was it more of a thing where just like people saw and I didn't notice?
There wasn't a complaint. Depending on the situation, there could have been, but I mean, a night like this, people are not going to complain. They're just going to drag you in the media.
Oh no, the media. Am I canceled?
You didn't go that far.
Okay. Fuck.
Listen, maybe we should go over the best way for you to approach this. It should be firm. It should be maybe one or two up and down motions, and you should just be and just be confident when you do it. And when you see someone else's hand, you match it, one or two pumps, and then you're good.
Okay.
I mean, this doesn't have to be a secret.
Okay, so going forward, at the work holiday party, I won't give a limp handshake or grab anyone's butt.
A limp handshake would have been totally fine.
Oh no.
It was the fact that you went for the full circle around them.
Oh, so I see. So at holiday work parties, I shouldn't hug people and grab their butts while hugging them. But the butt is right there.
Especially if they're not going for a hug first.
Oh, so I see. So like this means a handshake, not, hi there, Molly, I want you to hug me and grab my butt. Merry Christmas.
Right.
Exactly, Molly. You know what? I really feel like you're making some progress here on this. I really think you've gotten it.
This
We
is
all
really
need to know that
helpful.
this means hug me and grab my butt.
Sure. Like in the Matrix.
Now, I'm glad that you've gotten this, but I feel like possibly the host was embarrassed.
Santa Claus.
I think she actually did a music video with him once.
Oh no! Did I embarrass Mariah Carey?
No.
Mariah
was fine with it.
But she is of diva level and ultra stardom. So,
but I mean, when this happened with her, she just there was Jesus. Okay, we're just gonna. There was Jesus.
Good.
I mean, the only person she's madder at than you is Jolene.
Oh, Jolene is.
Oh no, I would hate to make Dolly Parton mad because I accidentally hugged her at the work Christmas party.
Well, it wasn't at the Christmas party. It was this was a really big event and there were a lot of stars there.
Hold up. Who were you wearing?
Versace? But like with an I and a Y.
Becky, is that the good one?
Was this at the Met Gala?
Yes, of course.
Yes. Oh my God, that's great.
So
Okay.
I hugged Dolly Parton at the Met Gala against her will.
When she
hugged her instead of
when she was
reached
trying
out
to
for a
give me a
handshake.
handshake.
Yes. Wow. Well done, Molly. That's right. You instead of accepting the handshake that was offered, you gave a hug to Dolly Parton at the Met Gala. It was
in my Versace dress.
Your Versace dress was very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. That was terrible. All right. That was the social faux pas game. We are moving on to a game that we played at our live show when we were actually in the theater in October for Creeping Horrors, which was our show about Lovecraftian horror. This is actually a game called Creeping Horror, not WH, but just H, Creeping Horror. And what we're going to do, we're going to play a variation of a game we play a lot called Ruin. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with merit. I'm going to give you something that's awful and you have to try to make it worse. So make it even more terrible in one word. And then we're going to move on to Nick, who will try and make it more terrible in 2 words. And then to Molly in 3 words, and so on through Eric Knight, Nate, and Stephanie. So merit, you get 1 word to make a car accident more horrible. That's right, a car accident more horrible. 1 word to make a car accident even worse.
Uninsured?
Nick, you get 2 words to make a car accident even worse.
Child's foot.
Oh, Molly, 3 words.
Hutchinson killed someone.
Eric Knight, 4 words.
Nuclear bomb in trunk.
Oh, Jesus. Nate, 5 words.
My water broke. Water broke only 3 months.
Oh. Okay. Stephanie, you get 6 words.
Man, we can't find the dog.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's terrible. I am going to point out, by the way, audience, as you are watching online, you can give us suggestions for things you would like to see us make more horrible. I do have a few more prompts though. Here we go. So we're going to start. Nick, you get 1 word, and then Molly 2 words, Eric Knight 3 words, Nate 4, Stephanie 5, and Becky 6 words. You are going to make a shark attack even more terrible. Nick, you get 1 word to make a shark attack even worse.
Gums.
Oh, the sound effect.
Molly, 2 words.
Nemo's blood.
No. Eric Knight, 3 words.
Your innards entree.
Nate, 4 words.
Now there are jellyfish.
Stephanie, 5 words.
The shark is a racist.
Becky, you get 6 words.
Steven Spielberg wasn't even filming then.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Damn it. Okay. We are going to move on to the latest TV series starring Rob Lowe. You have to take the latest TV series starring Rob Lowe and make it even worse. We are going to start with Molly. She gets 1 word. Eric Knight 2, Nate 3, Stephanie 4, Becky 5, and Eric Thompson 6. Starting with Molly, you need to make the latest TV series featuring Rob Lowe even worse.
Erections.
All right, 2 words, Eric Knight.
Co-starring gerbils.
It was a hyphen, so it's okay. Nate, 3 words.
By Joss Whedon.
Oh.
shit.
Oh.
Stephanie, 4 words.
Duet with Snow White.
Oh, God. I still remember that. That was the worst thing ever. Becky, 5 words.
Another hokey Brat Pack reunion.
Yeah, bad. Eric Thompson, 6 words.
Live recording canceled. Now on Zoom.
And let me introduce tonight's special guest. No, that's not. No Rob Lowe. Sorry. All right. We are going to move on to making
Someone
something
has-
even more terrible. This is dialogue written by George Lucas. Eric Knight, you get 1 word. Nate 2, Stephanie 3, Becky 4, Eric Thompson 5, and Merritt, you get 6 whole words to make dialogue written by George Lucas even worse. Eric, go.
Schindler.
Wow. Okay, Nate.
Helen Keller.
Stephanie, 3 words.
With Southern accents.
That would make it worse. Hello, kitten. We're gonna. Oh, God damn it! They just knocked all my note cards to the floor.
Show order.
You get 4 words.
Conversations in the mirror.
Oh God. Eric, you get 5 words.
Cue cards dropped on the floor.
You're welcome. Thank you, kitten. And Merritt, 6 words.
William Shatner didn't read the script.
Oh, geez. That's bad. Oh, I think Chris is coming in. Do you have an idea from an audience member, Chris?
I do. I have some suggestions from the audience.
Okay.
Let's make scraping your car even worse.
Oh, scraping your car even worse. So we're going to start this time with Nate. You get 1 word. Stephanie 2, Becky 3, Eric Thompson 4, Merritt 5, and Nick gets a whole 6. So we're going to start with Nate. 1 word, scraping your car.
Shit.
That would make it worse. Stephanie, 2 words.
No mittens.
Said just like that. Becky, 3 words.
Ice scraper snapped.
Oh no. Oh, Eric Thompson, 4 words.
Ice scraper adds ice.
How does that? Merritt, 5 words.
There were eggs on it.
Oh,
Gross. Nick, 6 words.
You must scrape with your teeth.
Oh my God, my teeth are so sensitive to cold. That's the worst. Okay, Chris, what's our next audience suggestion?
All right. Let's see. I don't know how well. All right, let's go with this one. Waiting for your PCR results.
Waiting. Wait, let's make waiting for your PCR results even worse. Stephanie, you get 1 word. Becky, 2. Eric T, 3. Merritt, 4. Nick, 5. And Molly, 6. We are starting with Stephanie. 1 word. Waiting for your PCR results. Make it even worse.
It.
Yeah, that does make it worse. Becky.
Lost phone.
Oh. Eric Thompson, 3 words.
I'm sorry, friends. Housemates results positive.
Oh, Merritt, 4 words.
Show in 3 days.
Nick, 5 words.
Results delivered by transphobic owl.
Molly, you get 6 words.
Also waiting for your AIDS results.
Oh God. All right. We can do a couple more. What do we have for a suggestion there, Chris?
You know, I don't know how bad this is, but let's see if we can make it even worse. UPS drivers wearing shorts.
Okay. Becky, for UPS driver wearing shorts, you have to make it even worse with 1 word. Eric Thompson, 2. Merritt, 3. Nick, 4. Molly, 5. And Eric Knight, 6. But first we start with 1 word, Becky. Make a UPS driver's shorts even worse.
Bees.
Perfect time for that one. Eric Thompson, 2 words.
Only shorts.
Merritt, you got 3 words.
In Minnesota winters.
Oh, why do they do that? Nick, 4 words.
The world's longest balls.
Oh my God. Molly, 5 words.
Shorts are made of plastic.
Eric Knight, 6 words.
shins have no flesh, only bone.
Oh.
Oh, so they're like skeletons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just below the knee.
Right. Just below. That's weird.
Oh, shins, not chins.
I also heard chins.
I got it eventually that it was shins. It just cut off right at the beginning. That's the problem with the internet. All right, Chris.
Just that.
One more suggestion.
Yeah, I can't unsee that world's longest balls thing though. Thanks, Nick.
No. Yeah.
All right, let's go with this one. Buying Plan B at CVS.
Buying Plan B at CVS. Eric Thompson, you get 1 word. Merritt, 2. Nick, 3. Molly, 4. Eric Knight, 5. And Nate, you get 6. We're closing it out here. Eric Thompson, 1 word. Buying Plan B at CVS.
Zombies.
That would make it worse. Merritt, 2 words.
In Texas.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's about the worst possible. But maybe Nick can make it even worse with 3 words.
Only have C. Fresh out of B.
Molly gets 4 words.
Pills are piss flavored.
Oh. Eric Knight gets 5 words.
It's the generic store brand.
Oh, that's terrible. Nate, you get 6 words to close it out.
Because Plan A was Catholic education.
Oh, oh, that's bad. Okay, well done. Okay, that was Creeping Horror. Well done, everyone. We are moving on to a game we call Lose Your Mind, also played at Nameless Horrors in October. This is a home game variant. So what is going to happen is our performers are going to write their own insults based on a prompt they give them. But because this is taking place in Arkham Asylum, they are going slowly mad as this happens. So they will be given madness cards, before they deliver their insult, in which they need to stick with the challenge that I give them. And the longer that they stay in, the more crazy they go. So they have to stack these challenges one on top of the other. And while I tried to make sure that that they didn't conflict in any way, I actually didn't try to do that at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our first pairing, which is Nathan versus Becky. I'm going to give you a prompt and they have to write an insult, but first I'm going to give them their challenge. And I have cards here that I have written challenges on the back. So I will hold them up to the screen, but I'll read them off so you see what your challenge is. So Nate, your challenge is your insult must be no longer than 6 words, not including the required words. So if there are required words later, you can add those, but you cannot have an insult longer than 6 words. That's for Nate. Becky, I'm sure yours will be no harder. Your insult must be a fat mom joke. It must be a fat mom joke. So your topic is forests or trees. Forests or trees is your topic. Nate's insult must be no longer than 6 words, and Becky's insult must be a fat mom joke. So we're going to wait a little bit while they're filling those answers out. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this. I probably should have given everybody their challenge first so that this part wouldn't have taken so long. We'll fix that on the flip side. That's how we did it on stage. And now that we're online and there's only 3 of us on screen right now, just me and Nate and Becky, it's a little weird. And I'm figuring this shit out. I'm figuring it out. I'm not too old to learn new things or learn how to do things the old way that was better. Either way, it looks like Becky has something. A fat mom joke about forests or trees. Go.
Your mom is so fat she can't see the forest for herself.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. Nate, you just have to do an insult about forests or trees in 6 words or less. Go.
Thinks forest like trees like penises.
That was weird, and I really respect it, but Nate, you are eliminated. You can just go back to your cell. Becky, you stay in, but you are going to go more crazy in the next round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off the ones for Molly, Eric, Stephanie, Merritt, and Nick before we move on to the next round. So we'll start with Molly. Molly, yours is your insult cannot include any contractions. Your insult cannot include any contractions. Eric Knight, your insult must reference a musical. Your insult must reference a musical. Oh, Chris, did you have something to share before we moved on?
I do. I have a couple of things, actually. So there's apparently a really gorgeous background photo on the stream on this. So thank you so much to Jeffrey for that. And people are clamoring for it.
Yeah.
There's some speculation as to whether this game is sponsored by FFG. And I am negligent in my co-hosting duties because I forgot to mention this. This was way back at the beginning. But Tim, there was a hardcore demand to show us your butt. I feel hesitant on passing that on because
was that by more than one person? Because if it was not, then it was probably just my wife, and she'll see it later and we'll be fine. So
no, it sounded like it was more than one person. I clarified with James to make sure that I was understanding it correctly. And yeah, maybe later. So there's that.
Okay, thanks.
I think they want proof that you're wearing pajamas, is my guess.
Okay. Well, maybe there'll be some proof later. But right now, we're going to go to Eric Thompson. Eric Thompson, your insult must include the conjunctions and, but, and, or. So all 3 of those conjunctions, and, but, and, or, must be in your insult. That's Eric Thompson. Stephanie, your insult must end with the words, I'm drunk. Your insult must end with the words, I'm drunk. And finally, Merritt and Nick. Merritt, your insult must include at least one swear word, but you must
Hell
say
yeah.
beep instead of swearing. So your insult must include at least one swear word, but you must say beep instead of swearing. And finally, Nick, to honor Kirsten, who is in Scotland, your insult must be delivered in a thick Scottish accent.
Oh, fuck.
Raging Nick.
I did not say a good Scottish accent. I said thick Scottish accent.
Scrooge
So the next,
McDuck. Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck.
so the next round is Molly versus Eric Knight. Molly's insult cannot include any contractions. Eric must reference a musical. Your topic is driving. Driving is your topic. Molly cannot include any contractions. Eric must reference a musical, but the insult must be about driving. It's super simple, right? Just any musical, also driving. So anytime either one of you is ready, you can just look at the camera. Right now, they are carefully not looking at the camera because they don't want me to think for a moment that they have the slightest idea what they're doing. Now, you people out there, I hope you appreciate this. They are writing these insults on the fly, and I'm giving them extra stupid shit to do. So, Molly, I need an insult that doesn't include any contractions about driving.
Eric is such a nerd. When he turns into his driveway, he signals the turn.
Okay, Eric, I need an insult that references a musical and is about driving.
Molly spent so much time having sex in the back of cars, they call her greased lightning.
It's pretty good. I think I got to keep Eric. That was good. But Eric, you keep that challenge and you're going to get more on top of it in the second round. I am going to point out that in the second round, it's going to be Becky versus Eric. I'm telling Jeffrey that so he can prep the screen for the second round. I'm peeling back the curtain for you audience members out there.
I figured out that my microphone got stuck in my hair. So that's why you couldn't hear me.
You're peeling back the curtain. Up next, Eric Thompson versus Stephanie. And your challenge is to write an insult about Peter Dinklage. I watched Elf earlier this week. That's why this happened. Insult must, for Eric Thompson, the insult must include the conjunctions and, but, and, or. And for Stephanie, your insult must end with the words, I'm drunk. And you're writing insults about Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage, he is an actor he has dwarfism. He is probably best known as a performer on Game of Thrones, but also he's an elf, which I just watched. So that's why Peter Dinklage, he's also in a version of Cyrano, a musical version of Cyrano that is in theaters soon. And he is playing the titular role of Cyrano de Bergerac.
I'm really looking forward to that. That sounds awesome.
I'll talk to you about that later, Chris, because I've seen it. And anyway, so Stephanie, it looks like you have something. Insult must end with the words I'm drunk about Peter Dinklage.
People like Eric just as much as Cersei likes Tyrion. I'm drunk.
That made it way funnier. Eric must include the conjunctions and, but, and, or. What's your insult about Tyrion? Not Tyrion, Peter Dinklage.
Stephanie's mom is so fat. In the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. But her mom also eats Peter Dinklage and doesn't fit in the throne.
That was really good, and yet somehow Stephanie's challenge made hers funnier, so she moves on.
I'm okay with that.
Stephanie moves on. Eric is eliminated, and now we have Merritt versus Nick. And your topic, and this is great for Nick's thing. Your topic is Shakespeare. Your topic is Shakespeare. To remind you, merit insult must include at least one swear word, but any swear word you must say beep instead of swearing. And Nick, like beeping it out on like beep. And Nick, to honor Kirsten, who is currently in Scotland, insult must be delivered in a thick Scottish accent. And Shakespeare's our topic. It should work right in there. And I've got the kitten back who's going to knock all my cards on the floor if I don't get rid of her. So off you go, kitten. And there is a Scottish play that Shakespeare wrote, which we can talk about. We're not on stage. Oh, Merritt, you are ready.
Yeah.
And once again, you must include at least one swear word, but you have to say beep instead of swearing. Go.
Nick is such a beep slut that saying his name in the theater is bad luck.
It's pretty good. All right, Nick, I need you to do a Shakespeare insult in a thick Scottish accent.
Making love with merit is like a Shakespearean play. Much ado about nothing.
Yeah. Right.
I'm leaving. Goodbye, folks.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem, Mary. Your insult was technically better, but I want to make Nick do that Scottish accent as long as possible. So Nick,
That's totally fit. I also would love to hear that.
Yeah, Nick, you are staying in. You are staying in, and it's going to be Stephanie versus Nick in the second round. But first up, we're going to have Becky versus Eric. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the challenge, the additional challenge that you're going to have. So, Becky, remember that your insult must be a fat mom joke, but we are adding an additional challenge because you've stayed in the game. Your challenge is it must be sung. So you must deliver a fat mom joke, but it must be sung. You are going up against Eric Knight, which interestingly enough, his insult must reference a musical, but it doesn't have to be sung. No, what you need to do, Eric, if I can actually draw this card. Oh, your insult must reference a book, movie, or television show that came out in 2021. So insult must be a fat mom joke. Insult must be sung for Becky. Eric must reference a musical and a book, movie, or television show that came out in 2021. And then Stephanie and Nick. Stephanie, your insult must end with the words, I'm drunk. And also, this should be fun, your insult must be phrased in the form of a question. But it still has to end with the words, I'm drunk. Nick, you have to deliver it in a thick Scottish accent, but also your insult must include the word veracity. And it must be properly used. So you can't just throw the word veracity at the end, like Stephanie throwing I'm drunk at the end. That's not how it works. So first up, it is Becky versus Eric Knight. Your prompt is trains. Your prompt is trains. I'll remind you once again, Becky must do a fat mom joke about trains and she must sing that joke. Eric, on the other hand, doesn't have to sing his joke, but he still has to reference a musical and a book, movie, or television show that came out in 2021. So, I mean, it's a cinchy thing for each of them. And whoever goes on to the final round will get an additional challenge that adds on to these other two challenges. I admit that in this format versus on stage, I don't get people looking at me with nearly as much hate, or at least I don't feel it as much, which is what I miss, really. I got it a little bit from Eric Thompson when I gave him his, so that was kind of nice. But in general, it's a little different experience for me. Eric is raising his hand questioningly, but it doesn't matter. You have an insult about trains. Go for it.
If Tom Hiddleston had to sing songs in his TV show, it would have reminded me of Sweeney Todd's numbers in a low key.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad, but I don't feel it. Did it reference trains?
Oh, I forgot that part.
And the thing is, there was a train in Loki. There was a train in that show. You were almost there. All you have to do is hit every one of these things, Becky, and you win. So reference trains must be a fat mom joke, and it must be sung. Go.
Your mom is so fat that her eating habits are like the train in Unstoppable.
Yes. Yes.
There you
That
go.
was fantastic.
Well done, Becky.
Well done.
Well done. You knew all the rules. So, and a default win is still a win. But it was a good insult as well. So we are going to move on to Stephanie and Nick. So once again, Stephanie, I'm going to give you the topic first. Then I'll remind everyone of the what you have to do. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is your playground, which is like 72 films and 18 television shows. And Stephanie, your insult must be phrased in the form of a question and must end with the words, "I'm drunk." And Nick, your insult must include the word veracity. And to honor Kirsten, who is in Scotland, insult must be delivered in a thick Scottish accent. So once again, the topic Marvel Cinematic Universe, you have your challenges. And whenever you look me in the eye or the virtual eye, we will go with yours first. And if you go with the same, Nick has it. So here we go, Nick, a thick Scottish accent, the word veracity, Marvel Cinematic Universe, go.
Stephanie has the intelligence of Taserface and the veracity of Loki. The bitch lies.
I may have given Nick the ultimate winning formula, but we'll see. Stephanie, Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'm drunk, phrased in the form of a question. Go.
Is your mom so fat that Thanos couldn't dust all of her? I'm drunk.
Oh my God, I don't know who won that. I think I have to give it to Stephanie because you both were really funny with the challenges, but I think Stephanie might have done a slightly better insult. So Nick, you can just pack that Scottish accent away until tomorrow night.
No, Nick,
you're gonna get
keep it.
Scottish on.
It's for later.
Okay. So we have Becky versus Stephanie. This is the final round. Here's your final challenge, which goes with everything else. Stephanie. Okay. Your insult must also end with the words snack time. Figure out what that means. So your insult must end with the words I'm drunk. It also must end with the word snack time, and it must be phrased in the form of a question. Becky, insult must be a fat mom joke. It must be sung, and the insulter must do the hand jive while delivering their insult. So that actually works with the sung quite well. And your final topic in this round is architecture or famous buildings. Architecture or famous buildings. So I'm going to remind everyone, Stephanie's insult must end with the words I'm drunk as well as snack time, and it must be phrased in the form of a question. Becky, your insult must be a fat mom joke. It must be sung, and you must do the hand jive while delivering your insult. I'm not saving most of these for tomorrow, but I'm probably saving that hand jive one because it's amazing. The cat just knocked my cards down again. So while I'm looking, it looks like Stephanie, do you have your joke written?
I do.
All right, Stephanie, you get to go first.
Okay. Becky, is your mom so fat she can only take baths in the Coliseum? I'm drunk. Snack time.
All right, Becky. That was a good insult.
That was an insult.
Yes. Go for it. I want some singing and hand jiving.
Your mom is so fat that her belly is a skyscraper.
That was really good. And I admire you for what you did, but you still lost. Stephanie is our winner. Stephanie is our winner. Well done, Stephanie. that, that was really well done. That was amazing. So that was called Lose Your Mind, which we played at our October show. If you missed it, you got to see it tonight. We're moving on to one more game, and then I think we are moving to our final Vilification Tennis round of 2021. This is Life Hacks. This is from Vilification Tennis has Cabin Fever, which was an online show we did when we were getting really fucking sick of online shows. And what it is, it's for everybody. It's what we call a line game. Anybody can give me an answer to these. I'm going to give you some things that you need to do, and you need to tell me what your favorite life hack is. But before we do that, it looks like Chris has some input for all of us. Hello, Chris.
I do. Hi. I'm actually like, it's kind of surprising to me that after all of that magnificence in that round, the only thing we got from the chat was disappointment that nobody made a pussy joke about your kid.
Huh. Well,
so I don't know. Apparently people have priorities.
Maybe in the final round, we'll get to that. Maybe there's an opportunity for somebody to come up with a pussy joke about my kitten, and perhaps a joke about me showing my butt in my jammy pants. So we'll see how that goes. For right now, we have life hacks. We will invite the audience to ask us for things you would like us to provide a simple life hack for. Life hacks are, when you go onto the internet and you see somebody who goes, here's a really simple way to do something that's extremely difficult. It's just super simple. It's a snap. So I would like anybody's favorite life hack too. Fixing your ice machine. The ice machine in your freezer is broken. There's a life hack to fix it. What is it, Eric?
Put fucking ice in it, dummy.
Becky, what's your life hack?
Being so poor you can't afford a refrigerator with an ice machine.
Fair. Nate.
First, you need to take the corpses out of the freezer.
Oh, the corpses.
That's what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, that's causing some backup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eric Thompson, how do I fix my ice machine?
So I figured out a way that you will never run out of ice. And I figured this out when I started just drinking things warm.
Oh. It's a life hack.
That is a life hack. Yes. What do you got there for a life hack, Stephanie?
Well, we live in Minnesota, so you just put everything in the snow. Easy peasy.
Why not? That's a solution. Why tonight it's going to
Make
be
everything else to ice.
It's going to be 17 degrees below zero. The snow will insulate it, so it just gets cold enough, but doesn't freeze over. That's it. So, all right. I would like a life hack for mowing the lawn, because I really hate mowing the lawn. Merritt, what's your life hack?
You live in Minnesota. You don't need to mow your lawn right now, Tim. Come on.
That's fair. I appreciate that. Molly?
Get your lazy kids to do it.
That's my fucking life hack. Yeah, it sure the fuck is. All right. Eric Thompson, what's your life hack for mowing the lawn?
See, you never have to mow a lawn if you don't have a lawn.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah. Nick, life hack.
Trick your neighbor into mowing your lawn by giving them the deed to your house. Now they're the one that's legally responsible.
That is a good hack.
Sucker.
That's a great hack. Stephanie, what's yours?
Get a goat.
Oh, smart.
Sorry, Nate.
Smart. That was apparently also Nate's. Eric, what's yours?
Flamethrower.
Flamethrower. Sure, that works unless it's a very wet season. Unless it's a very wet season. All right. So your favorite life hack. Chris, it looks like we have an audience suggestion. What do we got?
We do. We have some really good audience suggestions for this.
Great.
Let's do a life hack for attending family gatherings.
Oh, that's I need a really good life hack for that. What do you got, Eric?
Spend one family gathering telling them everything that you actually think, and then you're just never invited again.
Oh, that's smart. What's your life hack, Becky?
You can just straight up cut them out of your life. Worked for me.
That's a good plan. Nate, or no, not Nate. Sorry, Nick.
If you make yourself an orphan, there's at least 2 fewer people you need to worry about inviting.
Smart. Merit.
So you get a designated sober friend, and then you pregame before the event until you are blackout drunk, and then you make sure that they take you home at the end of the night. But up after that, just go nuts.
Okay. You won't remember it anyway. Stephanie.
I would simply not go.
It's a good life hack. Nate.
Screw it.
Spend all your time with the pets.
Oh, that makes it much more pleasant. Eric?
I brought this cranberry relish for all of you to eat. No, I don't want any. I'm fine. Really, but it's really good.
Poison your family. I see.
There you go.
Oh, it looks like Nick has another one. Nick?
However drunk anyone else might be, always just make sure that you're the drunkest one.
Becky, what's yours?
Weed.
Molly, you have one too. What do you got?
The fastest way to stop seeing your family is to make sure you tell them that you think that they had a pretty good idea at January 6th.
Oh, Nathan?
Murder them all. Now, you don't want to put them in your freezer. That's going to back up your ice machine.
And if you don't bury them deep enough, it's going to affect your lawn.
There you go. That's we're going to end right there. That's where we end at. What do we have, Chris, for another suggestion?
Oh, all right. Let's do kind of connected to a lot of the hacks that were proposed for dealing with family, for not getting hungover.
Oh, a life hack for not getting hungover. Yes, Eric Thompson.
Turns out, sobriety.
Oh, crazy. I don't know. Eric? Are there other Eric? Yeah. What?
Be you. Be Tim.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Sobriety.
Yeah. I've never been hungover.
Right.
Stephanie.
If you keep drinking, you don't get hungover.
Modern problems require
That was
modern
apparently
solutions.
everybody else's answer, it would seem. Nick.
The secret to not getting hungover is the same as Becky's suggestion in the last one: weed.
There you go. Molly.
Greasy food and cocaine.
That's just science. That's just science.
Nate.
Now, if you drink so much you end up in the hospital, they'll give you IV fluids, and you won't feel it when you come to.
Oh, nice.
When you come, you won't feel it as well.
Also that.
Modern
Nick?
problems.
Nick?
If you only drink Malort, you'll never want to drink enough to get drunk enough to have a hangover.
Not wrong.
Unless
Eric
you're me.
Knight. Eric Knight.
If you drink so much that you die, then you won't be feeling it, but also they'll put you in the freezer, which will back up the ice machine.
Bosoms.
Oh, callback number 2. Okay, Chris, what do we have next?
Oh, okay. Let's do a life hack for quarantining.
Oh, a quarantining life hack. What's your quarantine for life? Your life hack for quarantining, Molly.
It really helps if you just genuinely don't like being around people to start. Helps a lot. It's been a great couple years.
Yeah, Nick.
Marry an introvert and then just defer a lot.
Merritt.
Just fast track your retirement plan and become the Baba Yaga.
Ooh.
Sure. That should solve it.
Chicken hut, very isolated.
It's true. Chris. Oh no, Stephanie, you have one.
Get a cat.
Yeah. Cats are the best. They just mess up your note cards.
Again and again.
Becky.
Get 2.
I have 3. Okay, Eric Thompson.
Really is a great way to fast track quarantine is a vaccine mandate.
Oh, good idea. Molly.
Nothing speeds up a quarantine like taking benzos.
Hey, how about one more, Chris?
That fucker.
Okay. All right. So this is relevant to some of our folks. how to tell one honey stick flavor from another at Fest.
Oh, how do you tell one? The life hack for telling the different flavors of honey stick. Molly, you were very quick.
If you throw them in the trash, you don't have to worry about it.
That's true. Eric Knight.
Oh my God.
Look at the goddamn labels.
There aren't any labels. What the fuck are you talking about? All right.
You are when you take them.
After you buy them, there are no labels. Stephanie.
You don't. You just have a fun, sexy surprise every time you get one.
What are you doing?
Fucking
I don't
festies.
know. I
Boy,
felt
if
like
that
I
wasn't a
needed
time for
another
me to
word.
show my jammy butt, I don't know what it was. Never
What were
mind.
you doing in the back of my shop?
I need to eat honey with
You
Stephanie more.
Eating honey sticks. That's what I was doing.
Fun, sexy surprise, and that's what she was doing. Nick.
Steal one of those novelty pins from a patron and then just poke a tiny hole in each one and taste a little bit.
Nice.
And then don't give the pin back. Bonus free pin.
Eric Thompson.
Buy one flavor.
Oh, that's
a
what
real
I
one.
do. That's what I do. Merit.
Don't be a coward. They're all good.
Or the opposite of buying one flavor. Very good. Okay. Yes, Eric Thompson.
If you eat them all at once, it's technically just one flavor.
Stephanie.
Ask the bees.
Standing right there. Standing right there. All right. We got one more round. This is our last round of 2021 coming up. I'm going to remind you, I haven't mentioned it since the beginning of the show, but I'm going to remind you that we are performers and we have not made a lot of money during this pandemic. It's not the only thing we do to make money, but we haven't made a lot of money performing. If you enjoy what we do, please go to paypal.me/vilification tennis. Give whatever you feel is appropriate, or maybe give $5 more than what you feel is appropriate, because we deserve at least $5 more than whatever you think. I'm sure of it. I'm positive. Look at Nick's costume. We deserve at least $5. I don't know if you can see Nick right now.
That's the thing you should be looking at on stream.
You'll be able to see that. Look at Eric Knight's costume. You'll see them both in just a moment because they're both in our second round, our final round for the evening. Also, I'm going to let you know that when we get done, when we say goodnight, we will drop a link to the Zoom in the chat and we will do a countdown to midnight to celebrate New Year's. This is the second year in a row we've done this on Zoom. Next year, who the fuck knows? I don't know. We thought 2 days ago we were doing this show in fucking person, and we're not, because we're responsible individuals, and you should all be proud of us for that. And for that, I will give you people here. Hold on. Here, there. Hold on. There.
Oh, come on, man.
There was my jam. It's just my NASA jammies. Okay. There you go.
Fucking
nerd.
This world.
It was just my pajamas. There was no skin. What is wrong with you people?
You got to
All right.
Wait, no skin? He's skeleton from the knee down.
Okay. Okay. We're moving on to the second round. This round features the team of Becky and Eric Knight versus the team of Stephanie and Nick. What? We are giving you a minute. We're getting things set up. I want to give a big old shout out to Jeffrey Brown, who has put together like the special screens for tonight. We figured out 2 days ago we were doing this online, and he actually has been coming up with some new cool shit to do, which hopefully look cool from your end, because honestly, on our end, we just see each other for the whole fucking night. That's all we see is each other. But you see really cool setup. So what we're going to do when we get to this round, reminder, I'm just going to hold up this red flag when I score a point, and then you will stop delivering whatever insult that you started to deliver before I scored a point. That's how this has worked. It's worked for a long time that way. And somebody just dropped. So that has made everything go a little bit worse. Y'all can't hear what Jeffrey's saying to me right now. I'm the only person.
It's just Nate.
It's well, yeah, Nate's gone.
He's fine.
I don't know what happened.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
It's fine.
And we're having this conversation with Jeffrey that you can't hear. So you just hear me talking and I'm like, no, he's not. And you're like, no, who's not?
True story. I got these masks from the airport.
Yeah.
Are they the
Good job,
ones?
Molly.
Are they the ones you wore while you were taking the spit test?
They are.
Oh, so the inside of those masks are covered in your spit.
That's
Some
right.
of them
No, I had
are
a
from
second
my
mask.
spit test too.
I had a
so-
second mask, Tim. I'm not a monster.
There
This
was
is
a second mask.
They
this was
make
the
you
mask
wear a
over
second
my
mask.
mask. My
I'm gonna
nipples
point
don't.
out. I'm going to point out everybody in this show got tested this week. We are all
Yeah.
negative.
Yeah, we
The
did.
only people in the show who are positive aren't in this show anymore.
They also got tested this week.
Yeah. We're negative, and none of us have COVID.
That's true.
My nipples are as
Uh,
vaccinated as the rest of me.
All right. So how are we doing, Jeffrey? We're almost
that's
there.
what
I
he says
hear
to
that
his
all
wife.
the time.
Hey, Chris, do we have anything that we can share from the chat while we're trying to fix this so we can have a super swank final round of 2021? Got anything for me?
I mean, you could show your butt.
No,
we already
come
did
on.
that.
Aw.
Saw the butt.
Again.
No.
Show it.
Chris.
Show it.
Chris.
Full butt. Full butt. Ah.
Chris, remember when I used to like you?
No,
I don't.
Neither
I
do
don't.
It's my NASA jammy pants. That's all. It's just pajamas. It's not spectacular.
no, we got some great.
Jeffrey's almost there, but you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
we've heard
Chris.
that.
Yeah, baby.
Just so you know, Jeffrey just said I'm almost there like 4 times in a row. It was amazing.
Universal,
hair a
great
little.
job on the life hacks. That was very much enjoyed by the audience.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
That's all I got. I mean, if we want to try a round of making pussy jokes about Tim's kitten, I mean, that's a time filler.
She is
The-
underage.
You know,
She's a baby.
you know what I've heard is that if Jeffrey's almost there, the thing to do is to pull his hair a little and talk about guitars.
Oh, we're there?
We've arrived.
Oh,
Hey.
we're in. We're
Oh.
there.
It's
Oh,
Becky
Now
and Eric
it's time
Knight.
for
Uh-oh.
a nap.
That was it.
Becky
That was
and
all
Eric
we had
Knight
to.
versus Stephanie and Nick. Here we go. The score stands at hate service.
Who has the serve?
Oh, sorry,
Yeah, you never
Stephanie and Nick. Stephanie and Nick. Stephanie and Nick have service.
Cool. All right. Okay, I got it. All right. So Becky hasn't had sex in so long that her queefs sound like an old-timey car horn. Awooga!
You know, if they really wanted to solve the evergreen problem faster, all they had to do was ask Stephanie's mom how she dislodges the turkey wishbone every year from her throat.
Oh,
So, Stephanie's personality is as real as my Scottish accent.
Did you just insult your partner?
Teammate.
Oh, I mean Becky. Sorry. Stephanie. Real personality. Super good.
I am hurted.
Anyway, Stephanie's vagina is like Facebook. I am always angry after I get done spending time there.
Yeah, Eric, if you had a quarter for every time you had an encounter with a beautiful romantic partner, you'd have no quarters. Yeah.
Nick's dick is like ivermectin. Somehow he always manages to find a right-wing conservative to guzzle it down.
Ooh.
Did you guys hear that Becky got caught masturbating with a shower head at Home Depot?
point. Molly, what are you saying?
Oh, sorry. You shouldn't be able to see me on the screen, so
No.
don't worry about it.
No, we can't see you right now. No. I got to point out that Eric is wearing the Ever Given, which is the ship that got stuck in the Suez Canal. Isn't that right?
I am.
Yeah, that is a perfect replica of the Ever Given that he is
Perfect
wearing, that he would have
replica.
been wearing on stage, but he's not. He's here.
Oh.
All right, Stephanie and Nick, you have the service.
Did you guys know that one of Becky's nipples is bigger than the other 5?
Nick's so dumb he thought a rebuttal was doing anal again.
Yeah. So if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does Becky still bitch about everything?
Stephanie, you're so stupid. You thought Madden was played by Frank Caliendo.
Eric broke his hand last week and had to change his Facebook status to "It's complicated."
That's a point. I mean, it would be, wouldn't it? All right. Okay. Service.
So humans are deuterosomes, which means that the first opening that develops is the anus, and then the second opening that develops is the mouth, for nutrients or whatever. Fun fact, Eric remains just an asshole to this day. Science.
Sex with Nick is like the invention of the steam engine. It ended up being an exploitation of immigrant workers.
Becky doesn't believe in Area 51 because she doesn't think numbers can go that high.
Ivermectin is a paste. So when Stephanie ate it, it reminded her of kindergarten.
Yeah. Well, you, my friend, are so stupid that you thought an alpha wolf was in charge because it knew its letters.
Stephanie will tell you that she writes under a pseudonym, but what she really does is catfish men.
You guys, oh.
And
All right. Service.
Eric is very passionate about politics, but just last January, he had a meeting with his congressman in Washington, D.C.
oh,
Nick thought a pistol was a water gun filled with urine.
Becky aspirated so much cum this year, she got pneumonia 3 times.
Oh.
Stephanie, you're the Jasker's haircut of people.
Eric is so lonely during the pandemic that he keeps trying to find a vet that'll give his cat breast implants.
Oh, God.
Nick really likes old black and white films, mostly for the racism.
Eric, your mom is so fat, her back rolls are cream filled.
Ew.
Nick used to have a really lucrative job as an escort until he stopped accepting Kohl's cash.
That was funny.
Service.
Becky tells her people her employer is like NASA, but that's only because they're cool with hiring Nazis.
Stephanie's nickname is THC. It's short for that horrible cunt.
Yeah? Well, your mom is so fat that her arms got cast as the curtains in the school play.
Nick likes his women like he likes his pumpkins. Carved up, hollowed out, and left sitting on a porch.
Oh.
And Becky's mom is so famously fat that they named a part of the Mall of America after her, the Rotunda.
Uh-huh.
And your mom's so fat, if she was a video game, she'd be Mass Effect.
Becky is such a Disney adult that she thought John Madden was the Hatter's real name.
Stephanie, you're so stupid. Every time you turn off a light, you lose a good idea.
Point. Service.
The other day I heard Becky bragging that her improv group was invited to perform at CPAC.
Ooh.
Man, Nick scares women at a haunted house every Halloween by telling them what a nice guy he really is.
Oh,
Ugh.
that is terrifying.
Well, Eric is so stupid that he thought ivermectin was a Hogwarts house.
It sounds like one.
Stephanie's vagina is like an episode of Hoarders. Eventually, somebody finds a dead rodent.
Ugh.
A lot of Renaissance Festival performers have boots that are worth more than their cars. Eric has Converse worth more than his.
And Nick thought his wife had narcolepsy because she always falls asleep during sex.
Did you know? Did you know that Becky is so stupid? She thought the Greek god of the sea was Tentacles.
That's a point. Okay, service.
You know, Eric has to vote by mail because his polling place is a school and he's not allowed within 500 feet.
Stephanie, you're so stupid. You think stockbrokers commit suicide by jumping off of ledgers.
Oh God.
Now, well, if you were an Anne Rice character, you would be the vampire Monistat. So.
And Stephanie's so dumb, she bought a coping saw because she can't afford therapy.
So stupid.
Real quick. Did you guys notice how everything that Eric says is the Snyder cut of everything that Eric says?
That was a little too close to home, and yet I really liked it. Service.
God, I wish Becky's face had an incognito mode.
Many people don't know this, but Nick's stripper name is Lemony Snicket because whenever he gets on a pole, what follows is a series of unfortunate events.
To honor Ruth Bader Ginsburg after her death, Becky got pearl necklaces from everyone at her polling place.
And Nick, some businesses have a glass ceiling. Your mom's so fat that when she got hired, they had to install a concrete floor.
Yeah. So, Renfest was back this year, and I thought that the saddest thing that I've ever seen at the Renaissance Festival was when I watched security kick out that girl who snuck in her ferret. But then I remembered, Eric, I have seen you do Vil out there.
Sex with Nick is like trying to get a teenager to do his chores. The job only gets done when his mom comes in and helps him finish.
Eric is proud of his Viking heritage. He's bad at football and none of the abuse charges have stuck.
Nick writes 4 letters every day. He finally learned how to spell his name.
Becky is like a pineapple. After you eat her, your mouth hurts.
Stephanie's sex life is like the Twilight Saga. It ends between a choice between a corpse and a dog.
Eric was so excited for the Snyder Cut, but he still prefers his fan edit with all the spliced in child pornography.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nick, you're so stupid. You thought the Baltimore Orioles were the area around the Baltimore nipples.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Game to Eric and Becky.
Oh!
That is the last. You are the last winners of 2021. We are almost done. It looks like Chris is joining us one last time before I sign off for the night. I'm going to remind you, we're going to drop the link to the Zoom meeting in here because we're all going to celebrate the new year about 10 minutes from now. But before then, Chris, what do you got?
Lots of chat love for both Becky and Stephanie in this last round.
Well played,
Nice.
both of you. Yeah. Well played to everybody in that last round. Everyone, thank you for watching us. Going to remind you one more time, if you enjoyed the show, support performers who are trying to bring you art in the middle of a shitty time by going to paypal.me/Vilification Tennis, dropping a few bucks our way. That is a tip. It is not a donation. It is not tax deductible, but you can try. We won't judge you for it. We are going to be here on Zoom We're going to drop the link to the Zoom meeting in the chat, and you can join us. We'll be here until midnight or a little bit later. We're going to count it down for y'all. Thanks for coming out tonight. We really appreciate those of you who chose to watch us. We are sorry it was not live, but we're glad we were able to bring you a show. So I'm just going to say
it was technically
everybody-
live.
well, yeah.
It was live. We did this live.
Well, do they know that for sure? Anyway, bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Good night.
Come join us.
Happy New Year.
Come
Happy
hang
New
out.
Year. And we're going to log off. And then we're just gonna wait here.
Nikki, you gonna come down here?